Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. And today is Saturday, and today we rode from Billings, Montana to just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. Yes, that's Sturgis, the motorcycle rally. And it's a week before the motorcycle rally, so they're kind of getting started on it actually. I'll include a video at the end of this that excuse me just a second, there we go. I just set something up. I'll include a video at the end of this of a little bit of a view of the street in Sturgis. We stopped in there, walked around for a little bit, and it was kind of interesting. I took the video when we initially had just stopped, and Ken and I both felt kind of out of place because there was only one other bike that we saw on the street at that time that wasn't a Harley Davidson or Indian or something like that, you know, so we kind of felt out of place. And then I'm wearing my bright yellow and black suit, and everyone else seems like they're wearing leather vests or maybe even leather jacket, or that at the most. No one had any real riding gear on there, no helmets, and we felt a little bit out of place. But surprisingly, we had a lot of people coming up to us asking us about our bikes and asking us stuff, so that was pretty interesting. But we looked at the time, and we decided we ought to try to find a place to camp for the night. Was a little bit concerned that it might be difficult with the rally a week away, but we went by some campgrounds, and they were mostly empty. I'm sure they all get full around here next week during the rally. But tell you what, first we'll go to the map here. So we started out in Billings, Montana. I won't even switch to the page because from Billings, which is right there's where it's at. We basically took this highway here, 212, all the way down. So we had to take a couple other little roads, but we took 212 all the way down, crossed through the corner of Wyoming, and then here into Belle Fourche, it's pronounced. And then we dropped down on some little back roads and stuff. It was kind of fun. Ended up into Sturgis. And I think right now we are probably closer down here. Yeah, I know we're just past this Pactola. So we're in this Black Hills National Forest area here. Actually I saw Hill City on one of the signs too. But we took a bunch of little Forest Service roads, and then let's see if I can take you over here off of the Forest Service road. Then I took a nice little 2-track road, and starting to upset Ken because he just wanted to camp right on the side of the road. But I think all in all, we're pretty happy with where we're at here. And this had a little bit of mud on it. I'll take you down here and show you the little road that we're on. I don't know how far we went down. It always seems farther when you're riding, but at the most, we're probably a mile in. There you go. So we came from that direction, and we went across a couple little streams. There's a little stream right next to where we're setting up right now. You can see it right up here. There's some water. And a little stream running right there. Oh man, I didn't even go up here. If I'd gone any farther, I don't know if Ken would have followed me anymore. And he said he was getting upset at me for taking us so deep in here when he wanted to just camp right on the side of the road. But I like to get away from it a little bit. Of course, there's no cell service out here, but let me give you a view of the whole. And as far as I can tell, this is all ours. Nice and quiet. I hear the water running. And then this turns into a kind of a stream, kind of next to where we're camped at. But I did see a fire ring over here, so that was kind of why I went off. And then a nice flat area. Yeah, here we go. I just saw something. All the country folk men out here doing some shooting. All my brethren. Yeah, I'm a country folk myself, so. But looks like a pretty cool place to be. A bunch of rocks here I got kind of hung up on when I came in. I wasn't expecting them. Yeah, all these rocks. Yeah, I kind of went up this way. I was going to park next to this tree, and then I got hung up on these rocks. You can see my tire got behind that one, and the front tire was on this one, and it kind of jerked the handlebar. And so far I've been pretty good keeping the bike on 2 wheels. I kind of like that. Try to keep that up for as long as I possibly can, because you know, motorcycles work better on at least 1 wheel. 2 wheels works really good. 1 wheel works okay. I don't do a lot of 1 wheel activity on this big bike though, but it'll probably do it. Ken got the fire going here. Maybe, we'll see. Everything's a little bit wet, but got a nice fire ring, and there's lots of wood around here. I saw the Smokey the Bear thing at one of the ranger stations. It said the fire danger was moderate. I think we'll be pretty safe. I'm just walking around. My leaky boots are already getting my toes a little bit wet, so it's pretty moist here. But yeah, the Sturgis experience was really interesting. I really thought that we were kind of just get a blind eye, but so many people come up and asked us about our bikes, and they're walking by these chrome custom bikes and not really giving them a second look. But I guess because we were just a little bit different and interesting, we had a lot of people talk to us. And that was kind of cool. As for our plans, we did not get to Mount Rushmore today. We left a little bit late from my buddy's house, which is fine. It was nice to hang out with him and his family. So we're pretty close to Rushmore. Let me see. I'm looking through this and this at the same time. It's on here. Mount Rushmore. There we go. Mount Rushmore National Monument. So wherever the hell we are in here somewhere, we don't know exactly where we are. But we're pretty close. So we'll get to Mount Rushmore tomorrow. Take a look at that. And then I got family over in this area, over here. So I don't know if we'll make it that far. Let's see. I don't like taking the interstate, but that might be what we do tomorrow. Because let's see, that's mile marker 57. And mile marker 330-ish, 340-ish is in the area where I need to go. So that's about 300 miles. Rushmore is something, you know, yeah, a national monument. Pretty cool. Take a little time and check it out. More time than I spent checking out Sturgis, because really it's just not my thing so much, but it is interesting and it involves motorcycles, so it's worth checking out. And if that is your thing, then definitely check it out, because man, there was a lot of stuff already set up a week ahead of time. I can imagine what it's going to look like next weekend. So one more look around the campground here. Oh, and I meant to mention on the video how many antelope I saw today. Probably several hundred antelope. And then we saw about 3 or 4 deer on the way over here. So a lot of wildlife. Hopefully less of the kind with claws on them, such as the bears and all that sort of stuff that we've been avoiding. But plenty of wildlife. Got to be careful for them. It's just as bad as California drivers. So we will get you some video from Mount Rushmore tomorrow, and let you know how everything goes in the campsite. Hopefully we make it out of here. We don't get rained on and hailed on. All right, my friends, get out there and find your adventure. Adios. All right, so on a ride today, we saw that we're going to be getting close to Sturgis, South Dakota, where they have the big motorcycle rally every year. Well, the rally is actually next weekend here, so we're a week early, but there's actually a lot of stuff going on right now. The street's not covered with motorcycles yet, but there is a fair amount of them around, and we got lots of exhibits going on. plenty of vendor tents set up. But it wasn't too hard for us to get a spot to park here, so that's how I know. That's how I know it's not quite rally week yet. But it's leading up to it, so it ought to be pretty interesting here next weekend. It's really not my sort of thing, because really all you end up doing through town here is paddling your motorcycle because you're going so slow, trying to park with a couple thousand other people, and then buying $27 hamburgers and $50 t-shirts and things like that. And I'm really more into getting out and seeing things, doing things. But you know what? It's an interesting place, interesting event. So I'm glad I'm able to be here now. If it was next weekend, I would probably try to go out of my way to miss it. But you know what? We're gonna walk around a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit out of place with my high-vis suit on here and my full-face helmet. No one else seems to be wearing a whole lot of protective gear, unless you count a leather vest as protective gear. But that's all right. Everyone can do what they like. It's America. So just thought I'd get a little taste of what's happening here today.